Well, a woman is in critical condition at Blessing Hospital this morning after being hit by a pickup while trying to cross Broadway. Quincy police say the pedestrian was hit east of the 10th Street intersection before 7 this morning. The driver was heading east on Broadway at the time of the incident. Broadway was closed until about 8:30. Police would like to speak with a man who was riding an electric or motorized bicycle near the scene at the time. They believe he might have witnessed the crash.